Growing up, children often have an imaginary friend or friends, but me and my sister Ellie, we always had each other since we were so close in age. We bonded so well and we were basically inseparable. We would go outside together, eat together, go to the same bus stop together, play sports together, and over time we even started our own little rivalry over everyday small little things like who could get ready for bed the fastest, run the fastest, or who grew taller than the other. When it came to being hyper and on the go, though, Ellie was the best, and she was always better at getting up for school the fastest. No matter how much or how early I'll set my alarm and try to jump out of bed, as soon as I opened my eyes, she was right there in my face, smiling back. And she was basically ready to head out. This carried on for a while, so much so that I grew extremely concerned when one morning my dad woke me up. I was expecting Ellie, but she was nowhere. I went to my parents' room, but when I brought it up, my dad said that, "Oh, don't worry, honey. Mommy and Ellie are at the hospital right now because Ellie was throwing up nonstop in the middle of the night, and we just had her take her to the hospital, but you still need to go to school, honey." What surprised my dad the most, though, was the fact that I slept through all of this without ever waking up. I don't think he knows how much of a heavy sleeper I am, since Ellie's always waking me up and making sure we're both on time. I've always been a heavy sleeper, I said. I know, honey. A few days pass, and one morning, my dad wakes me up to get ready, and as I'm getting ready for school, I notice a container on the desk I've never seen before with some sort of stuff in it, chemicals maybe. And as I'm looking, my dad comes in the room and tells me some bad news. "Honey, we need to go to the hospital right now because something's very wrong with Ellie." When we got there, I saw Ellie, but I didn't see my mom. I asked my dad about it, and he just basically shrugged it off by saying, "Oh, don't worry about her, honey. She's at work right now, very busy." I didn't pay too much attention to it, but right now my attention went fully towards Ellie. She looked very weak, pale, and almost lifeless. It honestly scared me. The doctor then came in, but when he began talking to my dad, the whole conversation went over my head. After that, the doctor then began questioning my dad about my mom, but then he said something along the lines of, "Oh, my wife? She left home recently and quite rapidly without telling me, and she hasn't came back since." After that, Ellie was put back to sleep, so we just sat there for a few more hours until eventually I started feeling very drowsy and sleepy, so we decided to go home. As we were walking outside, I noticed the sky this night was very dark in particular, a lot more dark than any other days I've noticed. The bugs, the leaves, of course they're as loud as ever with the wind whistling through the night sky as the moon stands above everything. I found it actually very calming, given the situation we were in, of course. When we got home, I ate real quick, brushed my teeth, and got ready for bed. As my dad was tucking me into bed, I told him that I was feeling really hot this night. So he opened the window for me and wished me a good night. As I was finally able to lay there, I was thinking about many weird things, like, where was mommy at? I haven't seen her all day. Why and how was Ellie so sick? I mean, what could have caused that? The container I saw earlier? I mean, and how was Daddy so calm during all of this? I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but after that, I fell asleep fairly quickly, as my consciousness faded away into utter darkness. Later, I woke up in the middle of the night, feeling really, really cold. Too cold. Then I felt a heavy force on the top bunker, and my eyes were still closed. I was desperately waiting for Ellie's jolly morning voice with a sense of joy, actually. But nothing ever came. As I hesitantly and slowly opened my eyes, I realized what I was staring at. Am I staring back at someone? The moonlight was just barely helping me see. Is it me? No. Ellie. Mommy? No. As I start to realize it's not Ellie nor Mommy, whatever it was, it resembled us three? What is it? It had an impossibly wide grin, but where was the teeth? It's just black. Two sunken holes where the eyes should have been. There's nothing. It's pale black. Everything's black, but I can still see it. There was a voice coming from it too, but no words were coming out. It quickly moved closer to me. My heart felt like it was about to burst out of my body. Right then and there in that moment, I realized I remembered something. When was I ever able to wake up on my own?
っていうかさ、またやられちゃったんだよね。またかよ。本当の友情なんてさ、一体どこにあるっていうんだよ。
出会いもありゃ虚しい別れ、生きてんだったらまあ仕方ねえ。仲間思う一途な絆、そんなもん忘れたっていう仕草。